live. Welcome everyone to the live stream. Hope everyone's doing well. First live stream back from a holiday, which feels a bit strange. I'm just sorting out the levels, so please let me know if anything's off, if it's too quiet, if it's too loud, if I'm peaking at all. I'm just going to go ahead and straight start with one. I'm in C tuning here, and I've been practicing this song, trying to relearn this song. So I thought I'd just kind of play a little bit, a short version of it. I've played it before, but you know, I'm at the point in my life where I'm relearning all my old songs, because I want to do a little video of this song, so I need to practice it. All right, I'm just checking everything is okay. All right, yeah.
The scent of carpets and dust fill the air in the small cottage where an old man once was. Now just cardboard and boxes live there, filled with his life and his love. His son was going through his father's drawers, filling these boxes when right then he saw under the folded white shirts was something, his dad's old tobacco tin. From then he kept it with 10 years in fact, something so simple it brought memories back. The old tobacco smell, the rush to his head, the wheels cut golden barred Tuesdays and day when the wind then come down, slipping down the driveway, he's late for his rounds. Some things don't mean to go in the bin. That old tobacco tin.
That was, it's called The Old Tobacco Tin, and it's a song that I'm still working on. Relearning it. I've actually written and recorded the song in my second album, but it's one of these songs that I'm just trying to relearn again. So I was in C tuning. I'm just going to change now to good old Dad Gad. Let me know in the comments if you're here. I'll just have a look at the comments. I haven't had a look actually to see if everything's all right. Hold on. Here we go. One sec. Hey Jeej, how's it going? Jeej says, hope you had a nice holiday. Thank you so much. Yeah, I did. It always takes a while to get back into the playing. I actually didn't take a guitar with me, and if anybody can recommend a travel guitar that you can not worry about but also feels nice to play, I was thinking about the Martin Backpacker, if anybody's played that. It looks super small though. I don't know how that would work because I like to have a big body and there's just no body on that. Jeej, do you have any good travel guitars? I used to just take my Loudon with me, but it's just so heavy. It's just too awkward, just kind of going with the family on planes and on cars and trains and stuff. I just need something because I was away for a long time, 3 or 4 weeks, and I didn't take anything with me, so I'm having to I managed to sort of play friends' guitars a little bit, but of course my calluses all went, and now I'm having to rebuild my calluses on my fingers, so I'm actually probably not going to have to play. I'm probably not going to be able to play very long in this live stream because my fingers are going to be in so much pain, so I'm having to rebuild them. Just what you have to do if you haven't played for a while. But if I had something to just noodle on while I'm on holiday, then I think that would really help. So one is the Martin Backpacker, and I know a lot of others like Taylor and Guild and some others have some travel guitars, but I really need something super small that I can literally just sort of go on, just like a tiny little bag, something that's not going to be sort of a hassle, So I'm looking for that. Hey Sparky, how's it going? G says, have you tried Gretsch Jim Dandy? No, I haven't. Is that a travel? Gretsch Jim Dandy is perfect traveler, really. I have to check that out. Gretsch has some nice guitars. Holiday without a guitar is not a holiday. That's true. That is very true. I know. I've become lazy, to be honest, and just kind of not taken my guitar with me, just in the past few years, because usually I have friends that I can sort of borrow their guitars a little bit, but on this one I didn't have so much. Wasn't able to really borrow a guitar, so I just kind of played a few guitars. But nothing really, and it's I'm feeling the pain now. I'm feeling it, unfortunately. Hey, 3 songs to midnight. Nice. That's a good name. Classical guitars have gotten smaller since the 1970s. I don't know. I haven't noticed that. I thought classical guitars had, like, you know, a standard classical guitar shape and size. Do they vary much? I haven't noticed. I wonder if anybody else can has an opinion on that. I do find though that you when you grow up, the things do definitely get smaller. Like classical guitar seemed huge when I was a kid. Even I got a memory of playing like a Les Paul, electric Les Paul, when I was like 10, and it just seemed massive to me. But then now it would seem so tiny. That's I think it's just how it is, isn't it? Sparky has a Jim Dandy. I'll have to check that out. Gretsch, Jim Dandy. Oh, it's a fraction of the price of the Martin, yeah. Because the Martin's quite a lot. It's like $300 or something for basically a baseball bat guitar, right? Or in English, we would say cricket bat guitar. All right, I'm going to play another one. I'm just conscious of how long I can actually play, so I'm going to try and play as many as I can without my fingers feeling like they're on fire. Let me know if the sound's okay, by the way, because for me, what I hear is slightly different to sort of what everyone else hears on the live stream. So I just want to make sure that I'm not clipping or anything during the songs, and also that you can hear me okay. All right. I'm going to be playing songs that I kind of know and I play all the time. This is a song called Nobody's Fault But Mine by Blind Willie Johnson. Blind Willie Johnson is one of my favorite guitarists. If you haven't heard of Blind Willie Johnson, then you should check him out, because he's loved amongst a lot of musicians. Eric Clapton. Most slide players really like Blind Willie Johnson. He's well known amongst the slide guitar community. All right, here we go. I'll just go for it. Nobody's fault but
sister, she taught me how to read. If I don't read, my soul be lost. Mother, she taught me how to read. Mother, she taught me how to read. If I don't read, my soul be lost. Nobody's fault but mine.
That was Nobody's Fault But Mine. All right. I really enjoy playing that song, but I have this thing of I have these songs that I always play, and my regular to the live streams will know this, that I have really old songs that I just don't play as much, and I forget them. You know, when you've been playing songs for so long, you just kind of I forget my songs, and then I have to listen back to the recordings and then relearn them again if I don't play them as often. So one thing is on my to-do list is actually practice my old songs. So I'm sort of picking a song and I'm learning it like the first song that I did, and I'm going to do a video on that song once I learn it. So that's kind of my my goal, you know, as well as writing new songs, is to learn my old songs again. And let me know in the comments below if you have this as well. If you have just a collection of old songs or even current songs that you just don't play as much anymore for whatever reason. Maybe that's because you just you're not as into it as much anymore, or whatever. You know, it's I don't know why I play certain songs. Maybe because I know people like them. Maybe because they're slightly easier to play. I'm not sure, but or I enjoy playing them more than maybe other songs. But let me know if that's the case for you as well. If I'm not the only one out there that's doing this, but I find that if I relearn my old songs, I can sort of find the passion again, you know, for what that original spark was. You know, we all know that first spark you get when you're writing a song. You know, it's that rush. It's that kind of, it's an amazing feeling. And I find that you can reignite that with sort of old kind of dead songs. If you just kind of play them slightly differently, play them in a different key, a different fingering, you know, you can sort of change them in a really easy way. You don't have to completely, you know, completely arrange them differently, but you know, just do something slightly different and you can sort of reignite that song. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. We'll see. All right. Let's see what's happening. Jeej says, sounds good. Play Nobody's Fault But Mine. You guessed it, Jeej. You guessed it. Yeah. It's one of my go-tos. Thanks, Sparky. Appreciate that. Very energetic performance. Yeah, I'm getting, I think, like maybe it's because I haven't played for a while. I'm like really getting into it. I don't know. Your line, Sparky says, my line was, the more you drink, the better I'll sound. Yeah, that is true. That is very true. But the better you sound to yourself, I think, yeah, it can be nice, to sort of drink during a show. I tend to kind of always, not always do it, but I do it quite a lot. But I think I make it last. I can pretty much make one beer last an entire gig. And I think that's okay. It's just if you're getting completely, wasted, then I think that's not okay. Andy says, always forgetting songs. Welcome to the live stream, Andy. Yeah, I know it's a thing. It's if you're not playing your songs regularly, then you're gonna forget them. Especially the lyrics as well. Because I have a lot of lyrics in my songs generally, so it's hard for me to remember them if I don't play them a lot. And I have a lot of songs, so it's, as well as the other things that I'm doing, I need to practice the old songs, and yeah, so it's just another thing to do. But like I said, if you find a different way to play it, maybe because you're not playing it much, maybe you need to sort of switch it up a little bit and find that spark, reignite the song. G says, yes, I forget old songs. I don't score them, so I have to listen to old recordings and try to work out how I played them. Yeah, me too. I don't write them down. I literally just have the old recordings. And it's funny because sometimes I listened back and I can't work out exactly what I'm doing. So I change it slightly. So each time I relearn it, I change it slightly. But as I say, that's probably a good thing, because songs evolve and songs change, and I think they should have this sort of natural, this natural growth to songs. The more you play them in different ways, the more they grow. If I compare a lot of my songs to the way I play them now compared to when I first recorded them, they would sound very different. Guitar Town Radio, true? Sparky says that. Oh, there we go. Your sound is peaceful. Oh, sorry. No, Sparky is Guitar Town Radio, right? Sorry, I messed that up. Was that true to... Hold on, I jumped one. Says, serious question. Every hit song is 4 chords, progression. Okay, that's what you're talking about. 100 songs from that. I think a lot of hit songs are probably 4 chord progressions. Or thereabouts, it's 3 chords. Very basic, but it depends. I think it depends on which period we're talking about, hit songs now or hit songs like, 20, 30 years ago, probably very different, or even longer, 50 years ago, 60 years ago. But it could be true. It could be true. I don't know. I don't think every hit song is a 4 chord progression. I think probably a lot are. Especially nowadays. Jeeves says, I'm boring, I don't drink. Yeah, you know what? I'm like, I go through periods of actually not drinking. I actually feel a bit healthier, just not drinking. I do like the odd beer, But yeah, definitely feel better kind of not drinking, for sure. Yeah, Sparky says, can you talk about your sound setup for YouTube? I can talk about my sound setup, what I'm doing now, and then I can maybe go into like what I do for YouTube. A lot of it is actually the same of what I'm doing now to what I do on YouTube, you know. But it depends on the video, so I can just I'll talk about it now a little bit. So I'm playing a Loudon 010 jumbo guitar, acoustic guitar, made in Northern Ireland in 1994. It's got cedar top and mahogany back and sides. It's got a K&K Trinity pickup. That's like 3 sort of under saddle. It's not under the saddle, but it's under the bridge sort of contact pickups. Sort of 3 under the bridge plate. And then it's going to the jack here. And then I'm going through some pedals, and I have like a stereo setup where I have a very simple setup of I'm just going through a preamp, which is a Radial PZ Deluxe tone bone preamp, and they're really good for like piezo style, these sort of style pickups, you know, and you can sort of dial in what you want there, but ultimately it gives it a lot of boost, you know. And then I'm going into an EQ, parametric EQ, sort of cutting out a few frequencies that I don't like. And then I'm going into just a basic reverb. This is Fishman Acoustiverb is what you're hearing. And I can actually, I'll take off the microphone because the mic is actually picking up a lot of the guitar as well, and that's what I like. I generally always blend a mic with a pickup. I never like the sound of a pickup alone, and I'll show you now, so you'll just hear the pickup alone, so you won't hear my mic, so you won't be able to hear me if I talk. So I'll just play the guitar with just the pickup, and you can hear how it sounds different. So you can hear it has that sort of thwacky sort of sound, you know. You can't get rid of that completely with this style of pickup, but it blended with a microphone, you know, it sounds a lot nicer. So I can now, I'll mute the pickup, and you can hear exactly what just the microphone is picking up. So this is just the mic, you know. So I could actually do the live stream with literally just this mic, and it would pick it up and it would sound pretty good, you know. So that's why I like to use a large diaphragm or a ribbon mic on my vocals, because actually I put it lower a little bit. If I just wanted to pick up the vocals and not the guitar, I would have it a bit closer with maybe a pop shield. But I like to have it a bit further away, and so it picks up my voice and the guitar, you know. And literally the pickup is just picking up more of the low end, because you can hear on the guitar, it's picking up more the sort of higher frequencies. It's not really giving too much low end, although, you know, it's pretty good. But this is a jumbo guitar, so it is very, very low sound. So if I bring in the pickup now, then you can hear how much fuller it sounds. I'll do that now. So I think I quite like the sound. So this is what I do, and this is what I do a lot for my YouTube videos as well. And then I'll quickly just talk about the stereo setup I have with the pickups, with my pedals. I have one sort of simple, this is the simple signal, which is just a simple preamp, EQ, reverb. And then I have another signal which is controlled with a volume pedal, which I have other effects. I have like a Strymon Blue Sky, so it's a bit more sort of ambient reverb. And I have a distortion, I have a delay going on, and I can bring that in and out, which you heard on the songs, whenever I want. So it's like if I'm just playing, you know, I can sort of bring that in and out. If I wanted to go that extreme. Most of the time I'm just ever so slightly just lifting it on the volume, you know, just to give it a little bit extra sort of reverb ambience in the background, you know. So that's pretty much it. That's what I'm doing. Hope that makes sense. Hope that helps. But keep the questions coming. And I should say which mic it is. Probably someone's asked that. It's a Neumann TLM 107 mic. But I also use some ribbon mics as well. A few No Hype Audio ribbon mics. And they're really nice as well. Alright, I'll do one more song, so keep the questions coming. I'll do a few more. I won't do one more, and then I'll do a few more. Probably going to go until about 10 o'clock, my time, 10 o'clock. Basically within the hour, you know. Before my fingers start really hurting. Alright, I'm going to do this one now. I'll do a short version of this because I want to try and do a few more songs. I want to try and do at least 3 more songs. This is called Mad Eric. This is a song that I wrote when I was trying to work out how old I was. I was like early 20s. I was probably like 21 or something, maybe something like this. It's a long time ago. And it's about basically a guy in my hometown in Farnham in Surrey in the UK, and he was basically, as kids we thought he was just a drunk and just a kind of a mad person. We called him Mad Eric. But I don't think he was. I think he had a whole sort of story and whole history. And I never really knew anything like that. I didn't know anything about him, but I just kind of wrote this song just kind of imagining what his story was and what his story could have been, you know. And if you listen to the recording of this, I recorded it in 2013, and with that recording, had an amazing harmonica player called Will Pound play with me on this song, so you can check that out and how Will played harmonica on this. Sounds really good.
Call him Mad Eric, he talks to himself with a crutch at his left and he walks with his help. Ain't got no money, can't afford nothing else. Drinks all day, falls over himself. And searching around these streets he roams and people's falling change. It's cold outside near home, it's pouring down with rain. And Eric don't have no home, no money, no job, nowhere to go. No woman, no sanity, and this ain't funny, cause half of it you don't know. Yeah, they call him Mad Eric when his kids walk by. Curses, shouts, and fists the sky. Crazy old man, they call him, but why? Crazy old man, they say. Go, Eric, go. Play that blues, you know. You find it hard to cope. Hungry, cold, tired, and broke. Every day's the same, just gets worse. Ain't got no one on this earth. Go, Eric, go. Play that blues, you know. Play that blues, you know. Play that blues, you know. You know, play that blues, you know, play that blues, you know. Call him Mad Eric, he talks to himself with a crutch at his left hand, he walks with its help. Ain't got no money, can't afford nothing else. Drinks all day, falls over himself. Searching around these streets he roams and people's falling change. It's cold outside near home, it's pouring down with rain. Eric don't have no home, no money, no job, nowhere to go. No woman, no sanity, and this ain't funny, cause half of it you don't know. Yeah, they call him Mad Eric when his kids walk by. Curses, shouts, and fists the sky. Crazy old man, they call him, but why? Crazy old man, they say. Go, Eric, go. Play that blues, you know. You find it hard to go. Hungry, cold, tired, and broke. Every day's the same, just gets worse. Ain't got no one on this earth. Go, Eric, go. Go, Eric, go. Go, Eric, go. Play that blues, play that blues, play that blues. I play that blues, 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 play that blues. I play that blues, play that blues, play that blues, play that blues. Play that blues, you know. 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 Play that blues, you know.
That was Mad Eric. I always enjoy playing that song. All right, I'll take a look at the comments. All right, what we got here? Bum, bum, bum. I have to scroll right down. Oh, there's a lot of comments. Oh, nice. Geej says, I took your advice, Fabian. I bought a Zoom H4n Pro. There were some bargains about, as the new 32-bit floating version is out now. Oh, really nice. I always love my Zoom. I take it everywhere with me. It's really, really nice. I hope you enjoy it, Geej. I hope you get lots of use out of it. Nice one. Yeah, the quality of the mics is really impressive, isn't it? I'm always amazed by the quality of those mics. Sparky says, I have a Tonewood amp installed inside my acoustic. Gives me all that new amp. All that with new amp. Great for fireside nights. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Because when you're completely acoustic, you obviously don't have any of these effects. And I do like the sound of literally just the acoustic guitar and not plugged in. But, you know, when I have the option, it's sometimes nice to sort of add these, add the effects in, you know. And a lot of the time when I'm recording, I'll record. This is something I've sort of been experimenting with recently, is recording the pickup as well and recording the effects. And I'll have one signal with no effects on and then one signal with the effects. So later I can then decide, okay, do I want the effects on or do I want them off, you know? And you can kind of change things a bit later, you know, sort of make adjustments. So yeah, I like experimenting with that. Andy says, you're hitting harmonics around the 12th fret to tune. I've never seen that before. What are you doing exactly? Yeah, well, with the I like to use harmonics a lot to tune. I'll just do it with the capo off. So if I compare, so I would do, what am I doing? I do it so automatically that I need to think about. So I'm sort of comparing one note. I need to have at least one note in tune. So let's say I get the A in tune here. So I'm in Dadgad, right? So you can do this with any tuning. You find where the harmonic is. So I'm comparing one harmonic to another, and then I'm doing another harmonic. So I try and find as many of these harmonics that I'm playing. You know, it's just a quick way of testing whether my guitar is in tune with itself, you know. So I usually do this after I've gone through all the notes, you know, and then, but I like to sort of test that my guitar is in tune with itself, especially when doing like alternate tunings. So I can compare those three harmonics, because these are the ones, they have to obviously not be, they have to be in unison, the same octave. So I'd compare these two. So I'm hitting the 5th fret harmonic on the A string, and then I'm going the 7th fret harmonic on the D string, and then I'm hitting another 12th fret harmonic on the A string, what would be the B string if you're in standard tuning, the 2nd string basically, you know. So I'm comparing them all together. And then I go for another harmonic, which is on the G string, it's the 7th fret harmonic, and then the 12th fret harmonic on the 1st string, the D. And then I would compare this one here. I know they're not the same, but usually the low one I can sort of hear whether it's not a foolproof way of doing it, but it's just kind of just to sort of check, really quickly. Yeah, okay, I'm in tune. Because with harmonics, obviously if we do the typical this way of testing whether you're in tune, it's flawed because a fretted note, comparing a fretted note to an open note, is never going to be great, because when you fret a string, it's always slightly sharp, just of the nature of the guitar, so it's kind of flawed doing it that way. So I first test it with a tuner. I've got a pedal tuner here that I'm looking at, and then I'd sort of test it with the harmonics. So I try and find as many harmonics that are the same in unison, so they can't be an octave, because then it's you're testing different octaves, and try and find as many as you can. Usually it's about 3. Maybe there's more, I don't know, but this is just the way I do it, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense at all. But thanks for the question, Andy. That's really, don't know if anyone's asked that before, so that's good. Oh yeah, okay. Just looking for questions. PPK. What was that? PPK. Sonnen? Am I pronouncing that right? Oh. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Says, you're amazing. Keep going, mate. Gave me a super thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I always appreciate super thanks during the live stream. Dun dun dun. There's a button here saying let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. Shall I click it? I don't know what it's gonna do. Oh, it just lets me share it. Okay. Oh, I thought it was gonna do some like balloons or something. Although, you know what? I think I can do that. I realized that with like Macs, you can do something. Let's see if this works. I do a thumbs up, and it gives me a thumbs up. Will it do it? Am I just going to look stupid? No, it doesn't do it now. Oh, yeah, it does. You see? It gives me a thumbs up. This is just some update that Mac has. I don't know. And then what's the other one? I've forgotten what it is now. I did it by accident, and it did like party things. Forgotten what it was. Oh well, I'll find out for next time. If anybody can remember or knows what the action is that I do for a party, balloons and stuff like that, because I've been doing it randomly and not knowing why I'm doing it, why it's happening, and then I realized it was just it was a Mac thing. Let me know if you know, and I'll do it. But I've forgotten. Any questions? Ta-da. If you do have a question, just make sure you put 2 question marks. Try and put 2 question marks, because then I can see it a bit better, rather than scrolling through the chat. Hey, Many Vibes. How's it going? Oh, I didn't see you. Nice. Yeah, go for it. Put your old guitar in DADGAD. Absolutely. Oh, your new used guitar. Sorry, I misread that. Your new used guitar. Nice one. What did you get? You've probably said here in the chat, but I can't see. I've missed it, probably. Sparky says, Fabian, the last time I joined you, I mentioned Jackson Brown, the USA Master of Open Tunings, and mentioned Opening Farewell. Get a chance to research yet? I think, you know what? I think I did. But I might have forgotten what it was like. But I'm pretty sure I did check that out. And I really enjoyed it. I remember that. Maybe I need to do a little sort of catch up of of that. But yeah, I remember I checked it out. It was really nice. Andy says, thanks Fabian, only ever used 5th and 7th fret harmonics. Yeah, you can kind of find them elsewhere for sure. But yeah, no worries. All right, I think I'm going to play another song. Remember, if you have any questions, then just drop them in the chat and I'll get to them. I have if you have asked me a question in one of my YouTube videos and I haven't got back to you yet, I apologize. It usually takes me a little while to get through to everyone. I really try and reply to everyone. But the best way for me to answer your question is to jump on the live stream and then ask it here, because I do answer everyone's questions pretty much during the live stream. Just make sure, try and put 2 question marks so that I can see it, that it's a question, because I look out for the questions. All right, I'll do another song. Here we go. I probably got 2 more songs in me before my fingers start burning. For those who don't know, I've been away on holiday and I didn't get a chance to really play much guitar, so I'm having to build up my calluses on my fingers again. So playing for an hour straight is, will burn a little bit, but I'll go for as long as I can. Here we go. They're not burning yet. All right. What am I doing?
We were young, we used to live down in the southern coast. What I enjoyed the most was the sun and the lovely sea. Fresh sea air, it smelled the best when the tide was out. We used to run and shout, release the bird in me. The memory of that feeling was so sand in between my toes, sun cream it's on my nose. The water comes up to my knees. It's these moments of memory. Sunday morning, me dad said, everyone in the car, I don't have to drive too far. I roll my windows down, radio on in Boston, cruising steadily. Who can see the sea is the first to make a sound, and I'm the first to say what I have found. Sand in between my toes, sun cream it's on my nose, the water comes up to my knees. It's these moments and sand in between my toes, sun cream it's on my nose, the water comes up to my knees. It's these moments in there.
That song is a song called Memories. It's a new one that I haven't finished yet. Haven't even recorded yet, but I'm trying to use these live streams to sort of practice new songs, you know, because I think the way you can really sort of find a new song, really find its feet, is to play it live, is to practice it in a live setting. Yeah. All right. So, let's have a look. Here we go. Some questions. All right. Anne-Sophie, hi from France. Hi, Anne-Sophie. Welcome to the live stream. Many vibes. Did you say what guitar you had? Oh, I don't know. I missed it, maybe. The new old one, is a Martin ripoff. Okay. As what I will use for the alternate tunings and slide. But does it have a make? But that's not the make, right? Martin ripoff. That would be funny if it was the actual make. They wouldn't be allowed to do that. But it's that sort of style. Is it like a dreadnought? Do you know? And do you know the woods at all? But if it's a Martin, then it's probably a dreadnought of some kind, and then like maybe mahogany back and sides, or rosewood back and sides, and spruce top. Maybe, I'm guessing. Oh yeah, sorry. Many Vibes says I did not get an email reminder of today's stream. I wonder if I have to sign up again. No, I haven't sent an email out for a little bit. I'm actually, I have a few things sort of in the works, planning. A few things are going to be launched very soon. So yeah, if you want to keep up in the loop, then make sure you sign up to my email, to my community. You can sign up with there's always a link in the description down below. I've just been changing things a lot, changed website, been updating a lot of things. So I've been sort of building things in the back end, especially during this holiday, and I'll be launching stuff. So lots to talk about and launch in the next sort of couple of weeks coming. So. But yeah, no, I didn't send out an email for this. I just thought I'd just start and just see what happens. But yeah, in future, I will probably be sending out the emails again, just to let you know. But you can always check. I'm going to try and schedule things a lot better, like at least a few weeks ahead, so everyone can know whether I'm doing a live stream or not. Generally, I will be now. But yeah, hope that makes sense. Geej says, I've got an old Japanese Martin ripoff. Ryan, nice. It's actually fantastic guitar. You know what? A lot of these Japanese guitars, there's so many great Japanese luthiers. I find there's so many great, especially old. If you've got an old Japanese guitar, it's probably going to be very good, makes like Takamine, if you get like an old Takamine or something, it's probably pretty good, and I actually have another Loudon that I don't play because it's actually a little bit broken. But I need to get it fixed. But it's basically George Loudon went to Japan in the 80s, from 1980 to 1985, and he made exactly 5,000 of these guitars with Japanese luthiers, and the quality is he wanted to make a slightly more affordable version of the Loudon, but he stopped after 1985 for some reason. So it's slightly cheaper, but the woods and the quality was still really, really good, and I got it for a really good price years ago, and I've never really played it much because I've taken it to a few sort of luthiers and they've kind of done bits on it, but it still doesn't play very well. Basically, it needs a completely new back. The back has a massive crack down it, and obviously that affects the structure of the guitar and the action and the way it plays and everything. So it needs a new back and lots of things on it. And I actually took it to Loudon and got them to ask like how much would it cost, and they were like, "Look, it's going to cost you like 1,600 to get it fixed." I was like, you might as well buy a new one, for not much more, or a little bit more. But it's a really nice guitar, and I'd like to get it fixed one day. So maybe one day, either through Loudon or through another luthier or something. I don't know yet. But anyway, Japanese guitars a lot of guitars from Japan are actually really good. That's my point of this story. Yeah, sorry, Geej. Sorry, everyone that didn't get reminders of the live stream. I should have done that. That's my bad. But I'll be sending out reminders from now on. Bum, bum, bum. But yeah, don't worry. It's not because you're not on the list anymore. You're still on there. It's just I haven't sent out an email for a while because I'm basically planning a few things and trying to sort of get everything in place before I start talking about stuff again. Okay. Any questions? Is that hey Auden? Is that right? Sorry if I butcher your name. Says good evening. Sounds great. Are you working on any new material these days? And then you actually say I answered your question. Yes, I am. I am working on new material. Absolutely. It's something that, sometimes when I'm busy, especially with YouTube videos and stuff, that I put off to the side and don't focus on as much. But I'm really trying to make more time for my new material. So, yeah, it's my plan to sort of have... I hope to have an album's worth of material, at least, if not more. I'd like more by the end of this year. So that's kind of my goal, at least. But yeah, I'm working on new stuff. Many Vibes says it's an old Takamine. Yeah, they're great. Don't laugh, they were sued by Martin. Really? I didn't realize that. Okay. Yeah, I bet it's really good. Nice. All right. Many Vibes question: Do you play hollow body guitars ever? I don't know if that's for me or for someone else, but I generally play acoustics at the moment. Anybody else here play electrics as well? Sparky says he's 76 Les Paul Custom locked up in the vault. Shame. I like guitars. I can really bang. Yeah, that's the thing of like, if you buy a really expensive, basically antique, you might not want to play it. And I've been thinking that maybe I don't know if I actually want to take this guitar on tour with me again when I do start touring again. Just because, it's so precious to me, this guitar. And the thought of losing it or getting it damaged, I just can't bear it. So maybe it's a good idea to get something else, or at least the same guitar, just new, or buy another secondhand one. I don't know. Gigi says he's got a great old arch top. Yeah, I do like the sound of arch tops guitars, hollow bodies. I don't play much electric, but it's great to have a change. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting a few different, maybe getting an electric. Hollow body are nice because it still has that kind of acoustic element to it as well. Nice. All right. I'm going to do one more song, guys, because my fingers can probably take about one more before it starts really hurting. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. Sorry, anyone that if you didn't get a notification on email. That was just my lack of time. Don't worry, you're still on the list. I will send out emails pretty soon again with some more stuff to come, some launches and stuff. Anyway, this will be my last song. So if you have any more questions, I'll basically do this song, and then I'll answer any questions that anyone has. This is The River.
She's a drunk, a middle-aged mum. She had children when she was too young. Now is something you might be surprised. 3 different kids from 3 different guys. She spends her time drinking away, drinking special brew every day. How did she end up this way? People walking past would say, down by the river you may find nothing but tit and tat. Here at the river we all are just a bunch of He's a loner, he's an old man, an old bolter that used to have plans. Now all he has is a very long beard, keeping him awake all these tears. He has one friend in all the world, his old dog with a long grey coat. He never sees the light of day, just waiting for time to pass away. Down by the river you may find nothing but tit and tat. Here at the river we all are just a bunch of river He's a dad, he's a nice guy, a young father that doesn't know why. He can't see his poor little son because of these things this kid's mother has done. He has no money, no job, do anything to earn a few bob. You look at him and you might judge that all he feels for his son is love. Down by the river you may find nothing but tit and tat. Here at the river we all are just a bunch of river.
Went a bit wild there in the end. Okay. Let's see if we have any last minute questions. Here we go. Many vibes. Oh wait, hold on. I need to scroll up a bit. Ah, yeah, you're talking about the arch chop there. Bum, bum, bum. Outro was cool. Thanks so much for any vibes. All right, it looks like Resolve's upswing. You're good talent. Thanks so much, Sparky. Appreciate that. Looks like there's no more questions for me, but it's really cool that you guys are chatting amongst yourselves. I really encourage to keep chatting in the chat box of these live streams, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build a community of other guitarists, singer-songwriters, because a lot of the time we're just creating on our own, in our studios, in our bedrooms, in our basements, in our spare rooms, and it can get quite lonely. And it's nice to have other people that go through similar things, So that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to create this channel, create this community, to have other people that I can relate to, and that we can all sort of benefit off each other, and chat about this crazy adventure that we're going through. So I appreciate everyone. Thank you so much for coming to the live stream. Like I said before, if you want to keep in touch with when I do these live streams take part in this community that I'm trying to grow here, then just click the link in the description down below. It's free to join, and I'd love to have you join my little community. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you, Jeej, Many Vibes, everyone that came, Sparky, appreciate you, and everyone from earlier. I really appreciate that everyone comes down to these live streams and listens to me waffle and just play for an hour or so. All right. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. I appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Bye.